What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Swagcast. Today I have an incredible guest, an 11-2 UFC lightweight, currently on a 4-fight win streak, a jiu-jitsu brown belt, and a dedicated Twitch partner, Mike Beast Boy Davis. What's going on, Mike? How we doing?
Yo, the intro, man. The intro is better than most of the other ones I get to go through. Not much, man. Everything's great. Feeling good, doing well.
That always makes me smile. Everybody tells me I have great intros, and that's one thing I take pride in my intros. I think I work hardest on the intros, and then I get into the interview portion.
I
Um,
mean, that's the most important because that's the first thing people see.
it must be. I think it is. People love to hear me screaming. It makes people's day, really. All right. So I first wanted to get into you're killing it right now in the cage. You're on a current +4 win streak. But I want to jump back to 2022. You had a large, almost 2-year layoff going into your last fight in March. Were you injured? Can you take us through that time gap?
All right, hold on. So 2022 was my fight against Claus,
Yes.
and before that was Mason Jones in 2021. So 2021, after the Mason Jones fight, I had a torn labrum and rotator cuff and broke my hand. So I had 6 months of recovery for my shoulder was pretty bad. So no, my hand was bad. I had to go back in for a second surgery. So that took like 3 quarters of 2021 out of the way, and then I had to heal from both. By the time I was ready to fight, it was around March of 2022, probably February, and I was looking for opponents. We had no names given. I was asking for anybody. They finally offered a name in May against Matt Frivola, and I'm good friends with Matt Frivola. So at the time, I was like, I don't really know if I want to take it. And everyone was like, Mike, you're dumb. You take this fight. It's an easy win. It's this, that, and the third. And I was like, I don't know. I'm good friends with everybody there. But I haven't fought in like a year, so almost a year and a half. So I was like, look, if they want to take it, I'll take it. I'll go out there and we'll just have some fun. They denied it, so we moved down the line. I was like, okay, what's the next name? Well, who do we have? If this is not him, who is it? Um, we get to August, and we hear the name. Oh my god, what was his name? Medic.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was sure. I didn't know. I don't care who I fight, so I was like, sure, let's do it. Sign the paper. I start getting ready. He breaks his hand during camp, so they replace him with Claus, and then I fought. That
And
was pretty much it. I was looking for a fight for the whole year. Like it's hard. I feel like I'm a dark horse because my skill set is very very good, but I'm not ranked very high. So
mm-hmm.
taking a fight against me is a big risk, especially if you're on a win streak or you're climbing.
Hmm. Interesting. So it's not necessarily like people are ducking you, but like people are ducking you.
Pretty much.
Okay. All right. See, that's the
I'm now, but now I'm at a spot where I'm saying no to people.
hey,
People want to fight me because I'm borderlining the top 15.
yeah, no, exactly. Like you're on a +4, which is hard to do in the lightweight division,
So
and
hard.
you return in March and you get a great win. So now you win in the second round by triangle choke, and like what kind of prep went into the? I'm always amazed by. So I just started jiu-jitsu in February, so I'm always amazed
Okay.
to see if there's actually prep behind like somebody getting a sub in an MMA fight because
Oh,
I do a lot of gi jitsu and
okay.
I'm told that like MMA jitsu the training is very different than like just straight on jiu-jitsu training. So like what was kind of the prep going into that fight? Did you know you were going to end it with a sub or did it just go to the ground?
No,
You were like, "Oh, I'm getting this in there."
no. The whole fight, I I did research. I didn't do research, but my team does most of the research. This is like the first fight that they were like, Mike, you need to come over here and watch some fight video. And I was like, ah, you just tell me what I gotta do. I'll practice it. And they're like, no, we need to get you over here. Let's watch this videos. So we watched like 3 or 4 of his fights. I was like, man, I'm taking in a lot right now. And we watched how he can't finish people,
Mm-hmm.
but he tends to win his fights by wrestling. And you wouldn't think that because he's a striker. He comes from 3 different karate styles or something like that, and he's a black belt in them. So
Yeah.
you're like, you never expect it, but when you watch his fights, he wins his fights by wrestling. So honestly, I was coming in to sit in his face like I do with everybody and just punch on him until he shoots on me. But the very first punch I threw dropped him, and I was like, okay, well, you're already on the ground. Might as well just join you there. And then a second round came, and the same exact thing happened. He threw something, I threw back, and he fell on the ground. And I was like, okay, you guess you want to be on the ground. And my jujitsu is very good. I feel like I might actually try to get into like a CJI or some big tournament. My jujitsu
Yeah.
is very good.
Yeah. Well, you're a brown belt, right? You've been a brown belt for a little over a year now.
Well, I probably won't be a brown belt by the end of the year, so
You'll be getting your black belt soon.
for sure.
Oh, that's awesome. That's fucking
Yeah.
awesome. So I do want to talk about that. But we're jumping ahead. However, so you're currently 31, which is like the prime of most fighters' lives. Do
I feel good.
do you feel like you're currently in the prime, or do you
No.
think there's more to come?
I think there's more to come. Right now, I'm because of the injuries, I've been in like a mental state where I'm kind of comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
and I know that I can't stay here. I need to improve. So there's more for me to do out there. I just haven't gotten to it, and I know that once I do everything I need to do, that'll be my prime.
So like what else left till you like hit that peak, that prime mountain?
Um, First, I want to have an active year,
Okay.
which 2025 needs to be my active year. I was so ready for 2024 to be my active year. This freak bicep tear really did ruin it. And that's where a lot of my depression came from. And that's kind of why I've gained like 12 pounds and I've been just doing nothing. So I would say right now I feel like my prime
Mm-hmm.
because as I'm healing, I notice that the rest of my body does not hurt. I feel it's the only thing that is hurting is the biceps. So um yeah, I'm approaching my prime, and as long as I can stay healthy, which I plan to do, I'm getting blood work done. I want to get, like allergy tests and food tests, and I'm just gonna go out. I'm gonna spend the money and figure out everything I need to get rid of so my body can hit its peak. And I think by 35 I'll be in my prime.
Okay. All right. So you're currently on a +4. Are you currently looking for ranked opponents? I know you said earlier that you're in a situation where you can finally say no. Do you currently have opponents in mind for the next fight?
I would like to fight somebody that's in the top 15.
Mm-hmm.
That way, um, I'm not wasting my time. I'm catching up to where I should be, where I want it to be. Uh, I hate calling people out. I just show up to do my job. I fight. I'm really good at it. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Paddy, the baddie, is borderlining the top 15. So, and realistically, he's probably the easiest person in the top 15 because in 55, the top 15 they're just monsters. They're absolute animals. So, um,
That lightweight
someone
division is
there,
tough.
yeah. Yeah, it's top 15. I looked at the top 15 at 155 and I was like, I got to move up to welterweight or
Uh,
something. I gotta get out of here.
Welterweight's got some dogs too, though.
No, I know.
Like every couple years, it kind of like shifts to like the young guys, but like those killers are always in there in the top 5, the top 10. It's always like a deadly sight. From a fan perspective, it's always like crazy seeing the young guys or like unranked guys beat a ranked guy, and then now like we start to see the momentum shift. You know what I mean? We've seen it a couple
The
of times in pro fights.
generations.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So now, so now for this next question, I was kind of wondering like So I've interviewed a bunch of UFC fighters, and I've never asked this. And I feel like you're the perfect person to ask this, just because of what you said earlier about how hard it is to get a fight. Now, when booking a fight, who primarily do fighters deal with when booking fights? Is it Hunter? Do you ever talk to Dana? Like, and
No,
who is the easiest to speak to in the process? Like, who
there's
gets the
no
fights done fastest?
there's no contact through Hunter and or Dana White when it comes to
Oh,
getting
okay.
a fight, unless you're like a high end person and you're making the UFC millions of dollars. That you won't be talking to Dana White.
Okay.
I've talked to him one time, and that was because I was with Dustin. So it's not really someone you talk to. You'll have a management team that you'll sign with. Like me personally, I'm with First Round Management. So my manager Abe Kawa and Malky Kawa, they I tell them like, hey, I'm healthy and I would like to look for a fight within the next 3 months. They're like, perfect, got you. I'll put your name in and we'll see what we have. They contact um, the weight matchmakers. So Sean Shelby is 155 and below, and Mick Maynard's 170 and above. So I work with Sean Shelby, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
155. And my manager talks to him, says, "Hey, who do you have at 155 that's looking for a fight?" And then he would be like, "Ideally, Paddy the Baddy looks like the best opponent since he is top 15." Or well, who do we got? That's like a person I can fight. Bobby Green, he just lost, so he's not in the top 15, but he could be like bordering. So Drew Dober, they're all right there. So
Bobby would be a
I
really
mean,
good fight for
yeah.
you.
So
Moicano.
Moicano's up there. Moicano's would be top five, top 10. He's like 7 right now. But yeah,
I thought.
all these people. So they'll just ask. They'll be like, "Hey, who and is any of them available?"
Mhm.
He'll give my manager a name. Like this guy needs a fight. Um, send it to Mike. If he agrees, we'll send a contract, and that's how it is.
When writing this question down, I completely forgot about management teams. And
Yeah,
when you pointed out management teams to me, I made that face like, oh, I should have thought about that before
yeah. We
asking
all
this question.
everybody has a management team. You can't really like a fighter can't contact Sean Shelby and McMahon and be like, "Hey, looking. I need a fight for this such and such."
Yeah,
It
so
has. It's normally done through your management.
it's straight through done through management. Like
Yeah.
everybody has agents and like things like that, kind of. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Now I want to kind of jump out of fighting a little bit because you don't only fight. You are also a Twitch partner. You've been going crazy on Kick. You post on YouTube, TikTok. You are a social media demon. So I kind of wanted to talk about what inspired you to get into creating content, mostly like posting and streaming.
Um. Dang, good question. What did get me into this? Let me. So at first, I've always been a gamer. Gaming is what calms my nerves, and I don't like to think about fighting outside of the cage or my gym.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm outside of those environments, I don't want anything to think about fighting at all. I mean, besides I see it, it's my life, but I'm not trying to think about it. Um, so gaming's always been there. I randomly posted a picture, a video of my setup, my PlayStation 5 with the monitor and set up on a desk. And a company called Viral, they reached out to me. Was like, Mike, we'd love to add a PC to that setup. So I talked to them, made a deal with them, a 2-year contract. They built me a $5,000 PC, and I went to Dayton, Ohio, to their compound, and I did interviews. I talked with everybody. I did speeches, and uh, everything was amazing. And I think that's when I started wanting to stream because I had a PC and I knew that I didn't know that you couldn't stream on a console. So I have my PC now. I got a camera. I just started going, and because of who I am, there was like 30 people in the first time I streamed. It was like, oh, yo, hey, yo. All right, so let's do this. I got affiliate in like 7 days, I think.
Yeah.
Only because it was the time frame.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, once the time frame was, I already had like 200 followers and everything, so it was fantastic. And then I was like, I could probably do this, so I started streaming. Then I started getting people reaching out like, hey, would you do this brand deal, or willing to offer you like $200 for an Instagram video? I was like, oh yeah, sure. And then I was like, so if I can do this, if I get offers without even trying, what happens if I don't know, applied myself and grew and did content? Now I get paid a minimum of like 1,500 per Instagram video, and I'm streaming everywhere, mostly on TikTok and Kick now. I'm slowly falling away from Twitch, but everything's still going well.
So is there a reason you're falling away from Twitch? Like I know a lot of people switch over to Kick, but
Hmm.
I have also seen a lot of people come back to Twitch. I mostly always stayed on Twitch. I tried YouTube for a little bit. I stream on TikTok. I am suspended right now. I'm sorry, TikTok. However, I'll be back. But Twitch has mostly been my home. Is there like a main reason you're kind of like straying away?
um, Not ideally. I think it was because when Kick was announced, my people, my fan base, and everybody sort of went over to Kick,
Okay.
and I noticed like my numbers drop a lot. So then I was like, oh, maybe I got to go to Kick. So I started Kick, and my numbers started to pull back in a little bit. Like, yeah, it looks like it's just a split of the two. And then I noticed how much easier and like lenient it is to stream on Kick. Like there's no copyright. You can play whatever you want. They don't care what you play.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's way less up your ass. It's bigger split 95-5. Like that's insane. Twitch is just a lot of rules, a lot of ads, like so many ads, and yeah, people are just falling away from that.
Yeah, no, I know, I hear you. You know, I know a lot of people that went to Kick. Um, however, I haven't been able to leave Twitch. I don't know. I feel like I'm just set in my ways on Twitch.
People won't
I
leave you. Yeah, if you have built your brand and you are already on Twitch, people are watching you on Twitch, then you go trying to start fresh somewhere else. It's kind of you know, it's not up to par, and you just kind of don't want to do it.
exactly. Yeah, it can be brutal starting
Yeah,
fresh,
you'll go
especially.
from maybe like 10 people in your stream on Twitch, or then you go over to Kick and you have zero or one, and then
Yeah,
you feel disappointed, and you're like, okay, I'm going back to Twitch, and
yeah,
I think like that's why people they don't
exactly.
push it.
Yeah, and then they go back. No, I understand. So I've always been, ever since I started streaming. I think one of the first games I played on stream was UFC 4. And so I've always been known as a big like UFC fan with my Twitch community. And somebody that I consider a pal in the streaming space is Delphi, who
Oh yeah,
actually
Delphi.
who actually put me on to you. And I had no idea that I completely forgot when we set this interview that he was the one that was like, you know Mike Davis? I was like, I know Mike Davis. And then he was like, he streams. I was like, no, he doesn't. And then I watched you stream Call of Duty, with him, I think. However, so I just thought that was hilarious because while adding you on Discord today, I was like, wait, what Discord are we mutual in? And it's fucking Delphi's Discord.
Yeah, of course.
I was like, damn, I forgot about him. I completely forgot about that. I just thought that was a funny thing I had to mention.
Yeah,
Um,
Delphi's my dude. He's actually come and stayed at my house for like not a week, but like 3 or 4 days.
what
That was
what
fun.
what did you guys do? Did you
Went
like?
to Disney or something. I forget.
Oh,
We went
okay.
somewhere. Yeah, we did a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. Delphi's cool. Um, so we had talked about it a little bit before we started recording, but Elden Ring. You've been doing a lot of Elden Ring streams, a lot of Elden Ring content, and you told me you had over 300 hours, 350, I think you said.
330.
330 hours on Elden Ring. Um,
Well, that's bad. Randy Orton just came out and
he's
announced
like,
that he's had 600 hours.
yeah, I mean he had a crazy injury though. He was on the bench for like 18 months, so that
Okay, okay.
he had a lot of time. He had a lot of
We
time
were
to.
thinking about how he had all the time to do all this.
Yeah, nah, he had 18 months just like sitting at home, just prep back surgery, I think it was. So he
Mhm.
just like went through it, just playing Elden Ring. So I'm stuck on Melania right now, and you told me you're a new game plus. So I was wondering if you have any tips of for me to beat Melania. I'm using Morgat Sword. I'm a level 215. I'm trying to beat
215.
I'm trying to beat her now because people have been calling me a bitch. They say that I've been ducking her and that I don't want the smoke, and they're kind of right. I really don't want the smoke, but like no, I can't embarrass myself, so I
All
keep
right, all
going.
right. I'm gonna give you the tip. What's your build right now?
Um, mo so I'm mostly like following the bleed build stuff.
So you're a bleed build. It's
Yeah,
perfect. You have blood flies.
no,
You don't have the blood flies.
what is that?
All right, all right. So there's just a patch of flies that come in.
Oh, nah.
Yeah, they're like blood flies. What's funny is you can have get a shield. Get a shield with 100% physical damage negation.
Okay.
Block all her dumb bullcrap, and then just cut her with your bleeds with a heavy bleed sword. Um, one of the katanas because they're probably the best, or the rivers of blood.
Oh, okay.
I use
I'm
rivers of blood. Block all of her nonsense. Hit her with rivers of blood. Are you using a mimic or no?
Yeah, I'm using Mimic here.
All right, so if you're using a mimic, same with the mimic. Just call him out first thing. Let him do some damage. But if you send blood flies while your mimic is fighting, it'll make Melania like get stuck because she's getting bit by all these flies. So she's like stuck.
She's twitching. Yeah.
Yeah, while your your mimic is fighting her, and the blood flies cause more bleed, so
Okay.
she bleeds really fast.
Okay. That I might yo. I hope this works. If this works, if this works, you're the best. That's crazy. The amount of people that have given me advice though, like I don't. I'm stopping. I'm like not really trusting it anymore because I've switched my build like 4 times at this point. People are like, now
I'm
you gotta
bleed
do it
build.
like this, or now you gotta do it like this, or now you gotta do it like this, and tried to follow everyone, and it's just not working. But I think this one sounds good.
The shield worked for me.
The
Once
flies,
I
the
the
flies are the
flies and the
ones
shield,
that's like okay, those are
but
both
you only
good.
cast like one or two
Hmm.
because once they start attacking her, she's gonna turn her direction to you and start attacking you. So if you keep doing it, if you like try to spam flies at her, she's gonna stop and get you while you're mid cast. So you gotta just do like one or two and then let them do the work. Let your mimic attack. You get some attacks in, and then when he goes back to the mimic, when she goes back to the mimic, cast him again.
Word, word. Okay. See now I'm ready to go in there. Mike, you don't understand. You don't understand the pain. The pain Melania's been putting me through.
Yeah, but
It's been like 4 days at this point. Like
how long
four
did it take Kai Senate to beat Melania?
oh I don't think I passed it yet. I don't, it was like he took like 14 hours or something. I think I got like 3 left.
That's insane.
Yeah, no, I might be worse than him at Elden Ring at least. I could smoke him in 2K though, and I
All
don't even
right,
play
Kai
2K.
Senate beat Melania after dying 432 times and taking 30 hours.
Yeah, no, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I'm not
That's
even close.
insane.
I'm not even
That's
close. That's
crazy.
beautiful. That's beautiful right
So
there.
you're at Melania, which means you're not even into the snow area, or no?
No, I've already
So you
I've cleared all of that. I have
okay,
Melania and the Elden Beast left.
okay. Elden Beast is way easier than Melania. So
That's what a lot of people are telling me.
wait, what about all the dragons?
I smoked all of the main dragons, and then I
No,
took
I
out
mean from the island, the little dragon island.
Farmzilla,
Is that what it's called?
the tornado island.
Yeah.
I did not beat that dragon. No, I know he exists. The boss dragon you gotta kind of go back in time for it.
There's a boss dragon. There's a Malekith.
Yeah, I already beat Malekith. I ran through those
You
bosses.
damn, Malekith was hard.
Malekith was hard as
Yeah, Malekith was hard.
fuck. Malekith was Malekith and the fire giant were like the
Yeah.
two that and Margit, the first boss. And it's I never played a Souls game before. And I was like a level 12.
Same.
And chat was like, just go to Margit. And I was like, okay. And I shouldn't have listened because I had like 115 deaths before I beat Margit. I had to go get a satchel.
Oh my goodness.
But then who's the Godric? I hoed Godric.
The first one. He's the first boss.
The first one after Margit. Like that's the castle, the Stormville castle.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I started exploring after, like right before I beat Godric, I started exploring, got my level up, and then I started running through bosses. But now I'm here, stuck on Melania, and it's just. But after I beat this, I do want to run through the DLC, then start like other Souls games. Like I hear Bloodborne.
I do too. Yeah, Elden Ring was so good. I beat it. Now I wanted to play it again, so I'm gonna beat it again, and then I'm gonna try. I have Dark Souls. I might just play that one.
Have you played the Elden Ring DLC yet?
Yeah, I'm New Game Plus through the whole thing.
Oh, that is like 10 times harder than the base game.
Oh my god. The bosses in the regular Elden Ring, in the DLC, they're as tough as like a regular person on the side of the street. That's how I started the DLC. You start in this like beautiful area, and then you take a little stroll, and all of a sudden you're getting attacked by the backhand blade things. They are so hard to kill.
Yeah.
And you get like 1,000 rune for killing one. It's like nothing.
DLC is gonna send me to therapy again. Like the Elden Ring therapy cost has just been going up.
They throw rocks, the little ghost people around. They'll throw like pebbles at you, and the pebble will do like 1/3 of damage. It's honestly, it's just crazy.
You're probably wondering how does Swaggy stay so energized for these weekly podcasts. Well, here's how I do it: by drinking Don't Lag coffee, and you can get your own Don't Lag coffee right now with my 10% off code. Use Swaggy at don'tlagcoffee.com. That's use Swaggy at don'tlagcoffee.com for 10% off. Now let's get right back into the episode. I'm not excited for the DLC. Like, I'm excited for the DLC, but I'm not excited for the DLC because I know it's gonna take me a long time and just be treacherous the entire time. But it's not about what I've realized about Elden Ring is the journey is fun when you're not fighting bosses. And it's not about how many times you fight the boss. It's about that last fight. That's where like the joy comes from, because
I like the boss fights.
I'm getting no joy in the 200 times Melania's beat the dog shit out of me.
Nah, I like the boss fights. I live for the boss fights.
I thought I did too, and then now I'm here. This is treacherous.
I'm just about back there. I just got into the city, into the capital, so.
Oh, so yeah, you're
on my next
coming
run.
up on it.
Yeah, so I'm about to go fight Melania.
I went to her super late.
But it's cheap because I have backhand blades and they are untouchable. They're so strong. Best weapons in the game. Best bleed weapons in the game.
DLC weapons.
Yeah. I have all DLC weapons.
Every
Every single thing I have is maxed out, and I'm just dressed like oh my god, who's the main guy? Why is this escaping me? Radahn. There you go.
That's crazy.
I'm just dressed like Radahn, walking around destroying people.
Nah, that's what I strive to be. I want to get to the point of Elden Lord where I just have all my DLC weapons and I'm just milking people, but I'm not there yet. So while scrolling through your content, another dope thing I saw, and it was a long time ago, but you got to do like a VR
Yeah,
meta
yeah.
thing
I already knew. I already knew what you're talking about.
with
Yeah,
Zuck and Max,
yeah.
which is like dope because like I don't
My
know
meta
about Zuck.
quest.
I don't know
Is that
how
one my
cool
meta
Zuck
quest?
is to hang out with. Zuck is probably awesome, but Max Holloway, I
Oh
love
yeah,
Max Holloway. I'm fucking
when Max Holloway was on his winning streak in the UFC, after like his second or third fight, that's when he became one of my favorite fighters.
hmm
So what do you do, like 15 or something like that? He went like on a streak, and
yeah. He was on a
I
massive
was
streak.
it
He was
was
losing to
cool that I
Dustin.
got to, yeah, I got to do this game with him, and now we're chill, we're friends. I jump in his stream all the time. He's welcoming chats. He asks me my questions. He'll message me back on social media. He's great. Same with Mark.
Yeah, no, they both seem cool to hang out with. Now,
They're pretty
like,
cool.
so was it all through VR? Were you guys actually together? That's what I was
Mm-mm.
confused about the most. I was like, wait,
We
I
were
don't
just
think
in VR.
it was like in like the meta room, like
Yeah.
the kind of just like hanging out.
Yep.
So is that something that like so the VR, the meta, is that something that you still make content with, or like have you not touched VR since that?
I don't make content with it, but I play it all the time.
You do play VR all the time.
All the
What's your
time.
favorite VR games to play?
Mm. Asgard is a fun game to play. That's the second one
Mm-hmm.
because it's very it's kind of like playing Elden Ring, but you have to control like the block and swing your swords and stuff. So it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's just lately, I don't know what it is. I'm getting uncomfortable. Like I feel uncomfortable wearing it. So I want something new that's just maybe like a pair of glasses with a little band at the back or something that takes this big thing off my head. Because I have it over here. I
Yeah.
play it all the time, but I'm not interested in keeping it on my head for a long time. I'm probably got like an hour.
I, I hear you. Yeah, it is like a massive headset to have on for like a massive amount of time. I could see it giving you a headache as well. Now, I wanna jump into jiu-jitsu a little bit because, like I said earlier, I started jiu-jitsu in February. Um, so I
Hmm.
wanted, so I was wondering, you're a brown belt, about to get your black belt. How long have you been training jiu-jitsu? Was it something you started as a kid? And do you have any advice for a one stripe white belt like myself? I'm about to have my first competition the second week of September.
Okay. I've been doing jujitsu for maybe 11 years,
Okay.
something like that. Maybe 12. That's probably my 12th year doing MMA. And as for advice, first competition, can you wrestle?
I wrestled for 10 years. So
You?
I do have wrestling experience.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Most people in basic white belt jiu-jitsu don't know how to wrestle, so shoot fast.
Mm-hmm.
Touch gloves. Touch gloves. Don't let them get a chance to like feel good. Just shoot fast.
Mm-hmm.
That catches everyone off guard. You'll probably get a takedown, and that's 2 points. If you take down to mount, 4 points, to back, 4 points. Yeah,
That's pretty
just
much
rack up points.
okay. That's pretty
You
much my
can't
game.
lose as long as you don't get submitted. You really can't lose if you're a wrestler.
That's what I wanted to hear. A lot of people like when I started jiu-jitsu, a lot of people like kind of pointed out right away that I was a wrestler, especially once I started staying for longer open mats. Cause like that kind of has become my game now that like I think I'm going into like month 6. Like if it's stand up, like I do either shoot right away or look for a toss. I've been watching judo videos. Those judo guys, they know what they're doing with their hand grips. However, like so I go for the legs, and then once I'm in mount, it's just like fake the Kimura until they give me their back, and if they don't want to give me their back, just take the Kimura. but that
Simple. I
doesn't
mean,
work on
as a
everybody.
as a one stripe white belt, I feel like you need to know a triangle, an armbar, a kimura, and a rear naked choke. Those are like your go-to submissions, and those are the only ones that you're gonna continuously look for. Try to set up one by going for the other.
Hmm.
Like, once you can figure out, like, if I go for a triangle and he, presses on my stomach to posture up, that's an armbar, and that's how you got to think. You gotta, like, I know he's gonna press on my stomach to get some space. When he does, I'm gonna armbar him. That's jujitsu.
Yeah, that's what my professor always tells me too. Sometimes he tells me I'm like trying to move too fast because like
Yeah, you're
my
slow.
my like second month in jitsu, I was trying to like land Granby rolls into triangle chokes because like I learned how to do a triangle and then I was like Granby in the triangle and like I still can't hit it. I don't even try it anymore because I'm gonna accidentally knee somebody in the eyeball just trying to
Uh,
Granby all over them.
all the jujitsu kids at my school, all the white belts, they are spazzy, and they always want to roll with me. And I was like, I can't roll with you because you're just gonna go crazy. You're gonna throw a bunch of random limbs everywhere, and you're gonna end up hitting me in the face, and then I'm gonna have to punch you in the face, and it's not gonna be good. So, um, I have talked maybe like four white belts into controlling instead of going crazy, and they
Mhm.
are so much. I would say like night and day. They're so much better.
Once I learned that too, like, cause I was spazzy my first couple of weeks, but I feel like especially now I'm finally starting to come into like knowing what I want to do, and sometimes I don't know what I want to do, and I just try random shit, and like sometimes it works, and sometimes I give my back up and I'm getting choked out, but it's all the love of the game.
It's a fun game.
Nah, it
It's
is.
it's my favorite.
It
Wrestling and jujitsu. I'm known for my striking, but I definitely love my jujitsu, and I'm gonna showcase it in 2025 for sure.
Well, so you said you wanted to do something like CGI or CJI or ADCC. Do you
Yeah,
see
for sure.
yourself competing in one of those like soon? Though
Uh, yeah,
those are
for sure.
always like.
I think because of the people I know,
Hmm.
I can get into karate combat. I can do a
Oh
grappling match for karate combat.
yeah,
So that'll be probably where I start, and then once everyone sees that I'm, fun, exciting, and I win, then I think I'll be able to do like CJI, or I know I can get into ADCC. I just got to go to trials.
yeah. You could definitely get it off of your grappling alone. Just now, did did you do you have former wrestling experience
Yeah.
before starting MMA?
Uh, 3 years high school, 2 years of college club. I did not
Okay.
wrestle in college, and
Hmm.
then out of club, I came to Florida. I trained with JD Robbins, who is the UCF coach, Olympic coach.
Yeah, yeah.
And then after the years with him, I went down south and did maybe 3 years with Steve Mako, another Olympic coach.
Hmm.
And now I'm back up here with JD Robbins.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I'm still learning. I'm still wrestling. I'm still taking classes, and I'm still on it.
yeah, no, that's
I
awesome.
have a
Like,
lot of I have a lot of wrestling background.
striking's cool and all, but like grappling is fun. Like, I like to strike every now and then, but grappling, I can grapple all day. I
So
mean,
so weird.
couple
I
breaks.
like grappling for the reason that if I can beat you grappling, I'm clearly better than you. Like anyone anyone on the street, an old 100-year-old grandma could swing and knock me out. Like anyone can hit and get knocked out, but if you can control somebody entirely, it's clearly better than them. So I always liked grappling for that aspect.
I was saying that earlier. I was in a crazy argument because somebody was like, a bunch of people are saying that DDP is like the worst, the best fighter of all time, and I'm like, and everybody's like, nah, he
I
got
said
lucky
that. I
against
said that
Izzy.
today.
A lot of people are saying that,
I
and
said that
and
today.
I was like, he submitted Izzy, like that. He's better than him. He tapped him out. Granted, that rear naked choke was ugly. He had his feet crossed. And like I just learned you're not like I learned that recently the hard way that you're not supposed to do that. And I saw that I was like, "Oh no." But
Look, he's I mean, it's crazy that he was not able to take Izzy down. I I gave Izzy a lot of props for that. He's been working his wrestling defense. He's not a grappler, so
No, not at
it's
all.
it's insane how good he was at getting up and not being taken down. But when it came to the striking portion, I was watching DDP. He's terrible, but he's so good because Izzy threw a spinning back elbow. He blocked it. Then he went to shovel punch and he blocked that too. But he looked terrible doing it. I was like, so he's so good, but he's so bad. Yeah.
See, I feel so bad saying it. He's the UFC champion right now. Like we can't
I mean,
really.
yeah.
I he's so funny too, because he's like he tries to be humble, but the way he always has this like certain smirk that's just like I'm better. I don't know. I just think he's hilarious looking.
I became a fan of his when he beat oh my god, who's the guy Mike Perry's gonna fight?
Darren Till.
Yes. I'm not good with names, man. Yeah, Darren Till.
They were talking shit this morning at like 4 a.m.
Darren Till?
Yeah, Darren Till and DDP.
Oh my god, because they fought here. I think it was here in Orlando, or
Yeah.
it was somewhere. But I was at the event, and I watched them fight, and I was like, "Damn, he's actually pretty good."
Yeah, because Darren Till before the fight tried to like he tweeted at Izzy and he gave him a bunch of advice how to beat DDP. So after
Oh, damn.
DDP beat Izzy, he tweeted to Darren and he was like, "Do you have any advice for me, buddy?" And
Oh my
Darren was
god.
like, "I will beat the dog shit out of you. Like you are awful." And they were just
He
going like back and forth.
DDP.
Darren Till's hilarious when he wants to be.
He's a funny guy. What? He's only lost twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
He hasn't even lost since Darren Till. Oh my god. And he was on a like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fight win streak before Darren Till. That's crazy.
Nah, but just his last three alone. Robert
Jeez.
Whitaker, Sean Strickland, Izzy. That like
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, he's good. Whatever you say, whatever you want, man. It's good.
it's that
He
awkward
sucks. He
style.
sucks, but
Like
he's good.
it's that like awkward style. Like that like it's not as clean like it wants to be like a Dominic Cruz kind of
That's
awkward,
wild.
but it's not as clean.
He's only 30. That man looks
Yes.
like almost 40 years old.
Yes, yeah, he's young too. Because the people I were
Jeez.
talking to earlier was like, "Fuck, we got more time of this. We got so
Yeah.
much. We got so much."
I mean, he can
longer."
get better. He's not even technically not even in his prime.
Nah. Somebody I was talking to was like, "He's not gonna get better. He already hit his peak. Like he hit his peak 3 years ago." They said. I was like, "That's insane work. He'll be fine." So moving away from DDP, sorry DDP if you see this, we love you. So one of the reasons that we're even doing this interview right now, and this is gonna be the last like kind of thing I want to touch on, is because you're so friendly, you're so quick to message your fans back, and you talk to your fans. And shout out Tristan for setting this interview up. What's funny is I had DM'd you on Twitter that morning. Like my whole like shtick,
Oh,
like,
don't message me on Twitter. I won't get it. I do not check my Twitter a lot.
oh, you don't check Twitter? See, Twitter's like my go-to, but a lot of fighters.
Yeah, I don't
told
check
me
Twitter
that.
a lot.
A lot of fighters were like, I fucking hate Twitter. What?
No, IG is the best way to get a hold of me. Otherwise, Discord.
GG's. Well, shout out Tristan. But however, what kind of like sparked your like love for? Well, I know you're a streamer, and that's probably definitely part of it. But what kind of opened your like eyes to like responding to fans and messaging back and stuff like that?
I don't know. I want to be someone that everyone can look up to. I'm not in it for the money. I come from no money at all. So all of this fame, fortune doesn't matter to me. Sure, I'm set. I feel good, but when I have people that reach out and they're like, "Hey, I have my first match coming up. Do you have any advice?" I want to be someone that they can actually reach out to for those questions. I was always trying to reach out to bigger people, and being ignored kind of sucks. So I don't want to be ignoring anybody.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Eventually, I do have to put it out there. Eventually, for the people, I'm gonna become to the point where it's hard for me to keep up with everybody, but I'm still gonna try.
Yeah, no, and you gotta respect that. At least trying. The amount of fighters I get ghosted by, not just fighters. I DM a lot of different people. I talk to everybody, and the amount of people that ghost me versus respond. Trust me, I know it is tough to get contact while a tiny guy. Um, However, Mike, I appreciate you coming on the show. I thank you so much. It's been an honor talking to you. It's been a great conversation. I think we actually went almost an hour.
That was
Um,
good.
it's been a great time talking to you. Do you want to kind of tell everybody where to go to find you?
Sure. So right now I'm in a series. I have like 7 videos I'm about to edit. I'm gonna post one per day. And if you follow me on Instagram at Mike Davis MMA or TikTok at Mike Davis UFC, you will be able to see these videos. They're just instructionals on a lot of the kicks that people like to see. I think next up is spinning hook kick. So follow me to see it. And pretty much it.
You're gonna have me
I'm a simple
throwing.
guy, man.
You're gonna have me throwing spinning hook kicks on stream.
I don't know. One of my videos,
You
the
get that?
recent video, the one I threw against Sadiq, that kick blew up. So I was like, okay, people want to see how to throw some kicks. So now I got videos upon videos. I'm gonna go through them and post them as I can.
I
They just need
like
to be edited.
I know I'm trying to close out. However, I have a really hard I went to yoga recently. I don't really do yoga, but I can't kick because my flexibility in my kicking leg is horrible, and like they were roasting me on chat. It's always chat's fault. Everything's chat's fault. However, so I went to yoga recently, and I still can't touch my toes. So like I'm gonna try to throw the spinning heel kick though. I'm gonna
You
try
just
it.
got to work on the flexibility. You can't throw a spinning heel kick without flexibility.
I'll try.
It's gonna feel weird. It's gonna look weird. But hey, comedy.
I'll,
Post it. Send it.
I'll try my best. Everything works in the streets. All right, Mike. Thank you so much. Every single Wednesday, check us out on Spotify, YouTube, anywhere you get your podcast. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see y'all next week. Hey.